fans across the globe are still coming to terms with the heartbreaking news of Diane Keaton's passing in California. She was 79. Her loved ones shared the update, keeping the details of her departure private. Officially, it was listed as pneumonia, no complications mentioned. But whispers from her last attending physician tell a different tale. He insisted it wasn't a typical lung infection. What he observed during those final moments was unlike anything in his 3 decades of practice. A cascade of unexplained physical changes, absent from any textbook or case file. That initial assessment was locked away mere hours after it was drafted. From then on, Diane Keaton's exit shifted from a routine tragedy to the most guarded puzzle in Cedars-Sinai's history. In LA's tight-knit medical community, that evening lingers as forbidden territory. Careers stalled, documents evaporated, and a straightforward verdict was swapped for 2 simple syllables: pneumonia. What bizarre shift did that doctor witness in her form? And why did he warn that unveiling it could unsettle the world indefinitely? Buckle up before we peel back the layers of Diane Keaton's ultimate enigma. The revelations ahead might leave you questioning everything. Los Angeles, dawn breaking on October 12, 2025. A faint haze clung to the coastal horizon, street lamps flickering like fading exhales from the night. Deep in Cedars-Sinai's lower levels, the examination suite hummed with sterile quiet, illuminated solely by harsh overhead bulbs bouncing off stainless steel. A figure rested beneath a crisp sheet on the central slab. Beyond the threshold, the timepiece froze at 12:48 a.m. The atmosphere hung heavy, chilled to near freeze. Only the faint scrape of ink on notepad pierced the void. The senior pathologist at the station lingered motionless for what felt like ages, eyes locked on digital scans of fluid samples and organ cross-sections. The screen's icy glow etched lines deeper into his weary features. Protocol demanded a quick verification of the exit cause. The certificate was already inked under 6 hours prior. Acute bacterial lung inflammation. No secondary factors. A tidy, ironclad wrap-up. Yet what glued his stare to those figures wasn't skepticism. It was their utter unfamiliarity, defying every pneumonia profile from his career. The form before him belonged to Diane Keaton, 79, the enduring screen siren of Annie Hall and The Godfather, a pillar of American storytelling for over 30 years. Days earlier, reports painted her as steady, strolling with her pair of pups each sunrise, sharing snapshots online, phoning her daughter across the country. So her abrupt fade from respiratory woes rang hollow. As the covering lifted, hush deepened. A slender, metallic streak gleamed on her left upper arm, roughly 7 centimeters, sleek, chilled, and slick like sealed wax. No contusions, no operative traces, no puncture evidence. Bathed in focused beam, the surface caught an eerie sheen, veiled in a subtle horn-like film. More akin to renewal than decay, a tech murmured under breath. His tone dissolved into the vent's drone. A peer signaled muteness with a glance. Deeper probe revealed faint, flake-like patches dotting her collar and arm, the same zone she'd treated for squamous cell growth in the late 80s. Magnified. The dermis displayed an odd swelling surge. Cells weren't perishing. They pulsed erratically, like a vintage circuit glitching to reboot. Unusual vitality surge, the lead jotted in an initial log. 60 minutes on, that entry dissolved from the master file. Incising the chest cavity, the lobes defied infection norms. Hue split oddly between segments, not vivid crimson, not ashen slate, but a muted rose. Under UV filter, select zones pulsed with gentle luminescence, hinting at internal catalyst surge, a trait exclusive to active biology. The junior scope operator breathed. Feels like it's still mending. Response: none. In the log, a lone graphite stroke. Cascade mismatches microbial diffusion. Potential self-attack flare. Brief, yet potent enough to halt the crew. Per the LA Times, Keaton's biopsies were archived that evening for transfer to the facility's core lab. Yet as the draft upload neared, the entry blanked. The network dipped offline for 45 minutes. Culprit unknown. Night shift attendant Marissa Lopez later shared with local ABC. Transmission primed, but contents erased. Just identifier and log stayed. The head stepped away, paused wordlessly, then uttered, "Omit that segment from logs." Eyes averted, he exited. Dawn brought system freezes. Full squad got a directive memo. Halt info flow. 2 aides shifted departments. Remainder inked non-disclosures. Saga could have closed, but deadline unearthed the draft flagging core temp stagnation defying decay norms. Elders typically cool swiftly post-exit, first duo hours. Keaton's held 33 degrees C past 5. Anomalous holdover. Path Pro's dub it lagged catalyst echo, tied solely to fierce self-assault or flux glitches. Pre-validation, all linked info tagged kin secure. Queries from people, Variety met Cedars-Sinai's line. Pneumonia sole identifier. Kin privacy paramount. Yet in LA, gossip outpaces dawn. A past Keaton derm floated self-defense overdrive assaulting airways. Another pegged arm dermis to radiance exposure, nodding to her prolonged light regimens. Hushed medchat thickened intrigue. 2024 saw Keaton in a modest UCLA probe on post-malignancy defenses. Output, nil. From bowels upward, leaks surfaced. CNN Entertainment, NBC Nightly, ABC7 aired October 13th slots. Keaton fades gently to lung ailment. Silver streak, data clamps, biopsy voids. Ignored. 3 days post, chief examiner tendered exit. Parting remark, per Hollywood Reporter peer. That vessel transcended known diagnostics. Evening, Keaton's dossier scrubbed from servers. No briefs, no rationale, scattered drafts, purged chats, subdued Beverly Grove cafe murmurs where fledgling healers ponder, bodily finale or concealed other. Query, like arm's gleam, lingers unresolved. Thence practitioners revisited Keaton's dossier, not contesting cert, but hunting unlogged woes, paths propelling her frame to comprehension's brink. Narrative predates half-century in pre-Shield Hollywood. 1970 Keaton early 20s Broadway riser. Routine scan unearthed temple fleck, cosmetic-like, yet slice-chilled, basal growth, dermal malignancy. Era's Tinseltown ignored barriers, safe beams. Stars baked hours under searing halogens, perspiration mascara fusion in swelter. Keaton mirrored. Shoulder slice, cheek follow-up, faint etchings facial. Minor for scrutiny's glare, obsession brewed. Post-op, radiance terrorized. Neck veiled, gloved, brimmed hats, set shy. 80s kin noted midday avoidance near total. Beverly Hills Skin Pro recalled epidermis newborn tender. Minutes exposed, scorched. Ailment ebbed, never erased. Later, repeated radiance cures. UV beams thwarting relapse. Sustained smoothness, etched eternal glow aversion. Half-century on, Cedars-Sinai slab arrival, vestige endured. Left arm bore keratin-veiled matter akin 80s squamous flares. Scoped, bacterium-free, decay absent. Units rekindled, erratic pulsing. Scope aid drafted, malignancy unverified, exclusion impossible. Ambiguous ring, yet readers grasped, delineated Keaton's vessel, eternal recovery decline edge, vitality fracture. Final year acquaintances echoed, Keaton transformed. Brentwood abode snaps depicted epidermis near transparent, pallid, foil reflective. Handler noted indoor gauntlets, air abraded. UCLA skin vet scanning pics pegged hyperradiance allergy, post-prolonged beam disorder hallmark. Saga transcended dermis. Memoir. Then again confessed 25-year binge purge grip, covertly eroding chassis. Emptiness feasted, self-chastised, penned. 5-year guilt loop masked Annie Hall whimsy. Thinness idolizing Hollywood, Keaton pioneered dread voice. Purge harms dentition. Gut. Nervous defensive scars linger. UCLA Elder Cariace per LA. Med Digest. Binge past folks, respiratory bugs weaken swifter, antibiotics falter, airway risks spike. Public logs. 2023 acute cough bout hospitalized, swift rebound. Subsequent months, breath faltered, nocturnal aid needed. Premieres, galas, gleaming, cough failed, wellness dodges. Mere sniffle, stiff grinned. Slab lobes, microabrasions, vessel swells, heel damage cycle scars. Doc later. Frame ward excessively, not faux self. Cert pneumonia only, lung viewers infection skeptics. Vessel depleted, half-century overtaxed engine. Hottest dispute, draft's end lobe tag. Untraceable outsider groupings, source unknown. Surfaced via staff-shared screen grab. Tech, entry logged, system vanished tri-days. Copies nil, inks absent. CBS Insider, oversight vet weekend volunteered out. Queried, emailed terse. Vessel surges elude lexicon. Discussion barred. Vanity Fair vets. Outsider clusters cue ultra-rare self-misfire. Airway units DNA recode. Defenses blind. Stanford probes noted analogs. Elders exempt. Curiously, Cedars-Sinai. Losses none. Vault keys withheld. Med hush chillier than reply. Keaton adjacent dock to vanity. Vessel resisted post-mortem. Halt rejecting. Statement hushed chamber. Deeper dossier delve clarified. Keaton's chassis, nature defied, not. Renewal strived, continuation pursued beyond grasp. Tangled chronicle, dermal malignancy, defensive flares, concealed grips, Keaton's fade unpeaceful. Med unraveled riddle, biological oddity chain viewable, indefinable. Doc sages, mere senescence. Vanished dossiers, vaulted biopsies, deeper endures. Many suspect Keaton departed not ailment-driven, vessel-orchestrated finale unchartable. Unresolved queries birthed fresh speculations. UCLA labs to LA corridor murmurs. What chassis interior transpired. Bold notions, vocal dodged even now. Post-probe, Cedars-Sinai mutes. Briefs nil, forums absent, dossier adds 0. Trio post-mornings identical phrasing. Exit trigger, microbial airway. Pristine polish, prior happenings administrative footnote. LA Med Hive, mutinous death chillier. Analysis rolled doc to guardian, dermal cues, pneumonia mismatched. Else lurked, lexicon beyond. Faint words, obituary flood lost, sparked unvoiced notions among file readers. Gradually, clinic paths, grove cafes, trio speculations swirled, puzzle fragments completion shunned. Initial, lagged self-defense surge, scarce ailment self-assaulting. UCLA leak, finale days, Keaton mirrored airway self-necrosis, innards eroding sans germ virus. Theory, lobes torched by innate defenders, swift breath collapse infection-free. Variety health resident, wellness plummeted sans alert. Feverless, ache-free, swell-free, dermal intact. Metrics free fell. Finale 24. Alert, iPad browsing, old self-interview grin. Yet plasma O2 erratic dropped, rhythm faltered, cardiac stuttered. ACEs speculate cascade decades regimens, rigid feeds, beam dosage, defensive boosters fruit. UCLA sleuth, chassis overfought system. Once illness savior inward veered, all raised. September 2025, Brentwood finale snaps revisit taboo. Gaunt visage, parchementeau épidermis, abyss sunk orbs. Pneumonia visage? No. Rest pro, late phase defensive flop look, chassis wanes, psyche excruciatingly lucid. Duo theory predated 40 eras. Keaton zenith career, light cure faith held. 1981 Basel dermal growth photo regimen, then Hollywood beauty wonder. California derm logs, duo year 7 intense beam cycles. Session still, dermal photogel veiled, chassis blaze seared. Treating pro to LA. Med review. Debut session, fierce react. Crimson blistered yet persisted. Scars sparing worth endure, claimed, recovered publicly. Yet beam-sword duality etched subtle gene shifts unmeasurable. 40-plus era's Stanford cluster unearthed photomorph, UV buildup, DNA fracture, bloodstream migrating, lungs reaching. Coincident? Keaton UCLA post-malignancy defensive probe participant. Yield, void. NBC Insider Tech. Lobe units skin beam echoed, chassis light recalled. Implausible detail autopsy aligned eerily. Lobes blue beam faint glowed. Prose bioluminescent holdover, cell residual photo response. Valid? Light once saved Keaton returned literally final exhale claim. Terminal theory, pragmatic provable toughest, flux med clash. Cedar-Sinai logs, finale week broadgerm med prescribed, yet plasma near nil. ACEs, duo-decade 20s digest flux, direct fruit. Absorb cripple med misfire, blood chemical oddities, spawn rare venom brews. Cedar pharmacist to Hollywood reporter, plasma lactate spiked. Chassis self-venom brewing, finale week's noticeable shift. Tone lightened, dermis ashen, palms iced. Westwood art meet shutterbug. Paste deliberate, wobble slight, camera turn grin. Ailment free, merely ebbing, slow dissolve. Prose dubbed end flux inversion. Chassis self-process photurns, med adversary morphs, lifetime battled defenses, protection blind. Trio notions, defensive surge, beam lingering, med flux, truth potential or fallacy all. Shared void, official logs absent. Verify dare none, query welcome none. Probe present dock to ABC locale. Med some piece better left. Her vessel won. Tone quivered, not alarm, weariness. Perchance he sensed, too. Hospital night muted beams beneath. Keaton faded serene. Yet remnants unrest peace. Lifetime fought chassis finale log. Each unit light med fear memory clutching. Keaton's fade grasp perhaps hospital beyond. Med speculation cold logs transcend. L.A. hushed abode return. Sun scarce drape veiled, unwed woman self-fear cohabitation learned. There Keaton's genuine enigma perchance awaits narration. 2025 Keaton fade globe heard, Hollywood beams gleamed, yet subtle dimmed brilliance beneath. Tube, net, socials uniform, Nick, brim queen. Elegant distant ring, bygone legend courteous adieu. True knowers, fade unsurprising. Keaton long world leaving, unnoticed merely. Brentwood red brick nest, secluded West LA lane, ancient oaks girded. Ash timber portal year closed near total. Kin. Rare sightings, familiar silhouette dawn long sleeve, hide gauntlets, ivory brim, duo tiny hounds, Reggie Clover foot circling. Paced, languid abbreviated strides, radiance shy not relish. Per Architectural Digest, interior crisp chill. Tube absent, tune void, bloom fresh nil, timber stacks notebook stuffed, drape flanked keys, monochrome walls mantle. Amid, once hers visages. Alan Woody, Beatty Warren, Pacino Al. Dim amber, frames unrest memories. Gum anyway? Not pass. Roadwatch, Sonia, Dee Void. Boris Jest, absurd folk batch. Alan Woody inaugural dark laugh tutor. 1970 Play It Again, Sam tryout encounter. Keaton elongated svelte, Peel chuckle awkward allure. Ellen eccentricity adora. Swift tumble, Upper East mini-flat cohabit. Tomes, jazz platters, half-drained brews, trio year liaison witnesses. Alan gaze, soul intellect silliness coexist believer. Split post, collab persist. Annie Hall birthed. America namer Keaton Diane. Persona Annie overt unvoiced. Thence, Keaton Alan Woody, shade indissoluble. Alan post-controversy queries rebound hers. Muteness elected. Defense none. 2018 CBS Sunday. Darkness add memory beauty once shun. Tone subdued, firm. Thence media near total retreat. Beatty Warren alternate saga, Blaze chapter. Utter unknown save sweet love anguish face sight time shared instant. Thanks Warren, acclaim. 1980 Red Set Rendezvous. Beatty then Tinseltown Titan, glance melt reputed. Keaton melt resist. Clashed, chortled, clashed anew. Beatty flawless demand retake minutia. Shoot post, edit chamber politics philo success loan debate. 1982 Reds Oscar split. Cuz unknown. Sleepless post rumored. Dawn red, brew water swap, Laborberry silence devour fear. LA Times shrink, chronic press folks defensive dip. Dermal trouble, peril ignition. Perchance those eras chassis crackmed later recognition bore. Pacino al arrival. 1972 Godfather inaugural. Duo-decade Godfather 3 true meld. Pacino legend living, Keaton icon. Lovers, kindred foes. Life's exquisite exhaust bond once. Marriage want, Pacino deny. Quiet exit resentment free. Self-love lesson, penned. Duo adoptees Dexter Duke solo. Thence Keaton solitude official. Pacino annual birth ring persist. September 2025 finale 3 mineur al. Stable, gentle. Merely radiance overbright recent. Tone mild steady, woe absent. Fatigue present. Pacino. Call mute, light other side distant converse sense. 2021 post, Keaton Hollywood near vanish. Eventless, chatless, rare photo exhibit cameos. Attire uniform, ivory brim, collar high, ebony gauntlets. Keaton motif dubbed, prose wiser. Beverly Hills skin ace. Epidermis thinned. Dim beam abrade. Day avoid total, nocturnal labor soul. Email message dialogue. 2023 duo, Malibu Santa Barbara sales, Brentwood Soul Keep. Ingu. $10 million LA Architectural Guard donate. Confidant. Finale months odd rights bloom. Drape shorten floor reflect halt. Bed mirror purge. Domicile 18 Dixie drop. Chillier breathies claimed. Kinfret Keaton grin. Radiance tidy. August 2025. Abrupt codicil. Bulk duo offspring. Dermal malignancy probe fund. New York elder note hand. Light proximity lifelong. Dark peace probe now. Finale week visitors. Lucid cheery grin persist. Tone lightened never. Breathera thin. People confidant. Ebbed not ailment. Volition. Whole still depart wish. Curiously solitude bitter turnless. Quip preserve. Fan gratitude script. Dawn snap ritual. Existence recall. 2025 vanity finale. Perchance. Keaton fade many pneumonia not belief. Election. Chassis halt light life definer overbright instant. Thence media surge. LA, New York. Myriad headers uniform query. Keaton Diane pneumonia soul. Seal every record, lock every reply world. Quietest pursuit kept. Keaton Diane finale enigma medfile unscribed perchance. Biopsy voids, draft erases, murmur recalls, dual realms echoes. Science halt unknown faith dawn. Chassis function cease though. Interior mystery persists. Night sheet white gleam finale. Silent. What a haunting deep dive into the shadows of Diane Keaton's legacy. From silver screen sparkle to unspoken medical whispers. If this tale gave you chills or sparked a favorite Annie Hall memory, hit like to keep the conversation glowing. Drop your wildest theory in the comments. What really happened that night? Subscribe to Fame Flash for more unfiltered looks at Hollywood's hidden heartaches and ring the bell. We drop fresh celeb enigmas every week. From glamorous glow-ups to ghostly goodbyes, we've got the intrigue you can't look away from. Thanks for watching. Stay curious. Stay shining. Until next Flash.